This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast, Friday, November the 3rd today. On the show this morning, it was all about the peeves.
And I knew we were going to talk about this on our podcast, so I just brought it up here and refreshed it to see. So I had it at the ready when we talked about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot more on here than when we talked about it an hour ago.
In fact, we may even be able to go into greater length with some of these off air.
All right.
Because I had seen something online that said, okay, what is your strangest pet peeve or your oddest pet peeve? And when I read some of those, I thought, those are crazy, but our listeners are crazier. And you delivered. Crazy good. You guys delivered. So we're going to get into that with the Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. Always brought to you by Simple Desk in Trenton.
Simple Desk in Trenton is your ultimate destination to streamline, market, and strengthen your business's brand. Jenny, the visionary behind Simple Desk, took her commitment to business support a step further by creating BRAZEN, an event for women who dare. After the event sellout in 2023, get ready for an even bigger and bolder BRAZEN 2024. The full-day experiential event is packed with networking, vendor booths, exciting giveaways, delicious food, and a speakers panel of incredible female entrepreneurs sharing their inspiring stories. Don't miss out on BRAZEN 2024. Mark your calendars for May 31st. Tickets go on sale November 1st. For all the details, visit simpledesk.ca/BRAZEN and be sure to follow BRAZEN on Instagram at BRAZEN Events 1.
Get your tickets for that because the end of May 2024 is going to be here before you know it. Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. This Friday, November the 3rd, we were talking pet peeves this morning because mine is, and for the oddest one, is I don't like anything under the patty in a hamburger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when you first said this, I'm like, what are you talking about? Just flip it over. But you mean like when...
They're called, they're
underneath, not on top of the top, like underneath the actual meat.
So you make
bun,
a hamburger.
Top
bun has mustard and mayonnaise on it.
Okay.
And then the cheese on top with the pickles on
patty.
top, and then you put it on.
Do you put the cheese on the patty?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But under the patty, nothing but the bun.
Nothing. Yes.
Don't put the pickles under there. Don't
Drives
put tomato.
You crazy when things are.
Yeah.
Would that not make the bun soggy too if you put stuff underneath?
I don't even know, but Kath did that.
I don't even know because I don't do it.
That's right. But one time, Kath, because she said, she didn't want to fall off, so she put the pickles underneath. And I called a lawyer. I'm sorry. Like till death do us part, but I didn't know you were an absolute serial killer. What did you?
You're crazy.
Holy smokes.
Don't do that again.
So now I do all the buns in the relationship. I'm in charge of that.
Okay, I do find it kind of funny that you make each other's hamburgers too.
I make all the hamburgers.
Why?
I love hamburgers.
That would drive me crazy. Don't touch my burger. No,
Are you serious?
I can do it myself. Thank you very much.
I know how she loves it, and she loves my burgers.
All right.
I know how she loves it.
Okay, we're talking about
everything
pet peeves.
goes on top.
Let's keep it clean here.
Oh no, no, she's a fan of my meat. But
all right,
the burger.
So we put it up on our Facebook page because along with Mark's odd pet peeve, we thought it'd be interesting to hear some of yours. And when you first brought this to, I thought, okay, well, what makes an odd pet peeve? Because we have,
right.
And people did mention, you know what, the traffic, the driving habits that drive us all crazy.
And I think those are common.
Yeah,
pet
like
peeves.
leaving your blinker on, not putting your blinker on, making the wrong turn at the wrong. Yes, we all get that, but. There's some other interesting ones here that did catch us. For instance, having to wear socks all pulled up all the way. If they scrunch down, it drives them crazy.
Right? Yeah. That's an odd pet peeve, yeah.
But it's on yourself. It's not someone else. It's yourself. So you can police that. Leaving cupboard doors open.
Oh, my gosh.
Or drawers open. Not changing the toilet paper. I don't know that... What bugs me about that is, and it's only in our household, my kids go as far as getting the toilet paper out. They just don't change it. So it's not bad enough they leave. They use all the toilet paper and leave the roll there. They actually do get more toilet paper out. They just, I guess, can't change it. So it sits on top of the empty one.
They use the empty roll as a little shelf for the new one. So close. So close.
Mismatched socks. Now, you being a sock lover, does that bother you when someone wears mismatched socks?
I know I wear that for that one special day a year where mismatched socks is done in tribute.
But just for the heck of it, because again, my kids and it seems to be a thing. I see a lot of kids
Because you have a pair just like that at home.
Mismatched socks. They don't wear socks that match. They have to change it up. So I don't know if it's a fashion thing or not.
I'm not a fan of that.
You're not a fan.
Because I
Okay.
love socks. Got to be pulled up all the way, though. I probably will check the socks a couple of times a day.
To make sure they're pulled up.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah?
That makes sense to me. I'm not a fan of the roll down or have them fall down. Because I love socks. Like, I respect the sock.
I know
I
you
have
do. That's
sock
why I'm asking
respect.
if they drive you crazy too.
Yeah.
Tammy says clothing tags sticking out.
Yeah.
And not on herself, but on, she said even if I don't know them,
She'll change. She'll go up.
And
Tuck it.
I hope you asked before, Tammy, because some people might react.
Charity wouldn't like that. Space
differently.
issues. Somebody touching your tag.
It would catch me off guard. I would
Yeah.
have a moment of, what are you doing?
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
and then I would appreciate it, actually, because I
Yeah.
don't want my tag sticking out. But then my big one,
Yeah.
and I see some other people have commented on it since we talked about it on the air, sends me over the edge. I hate it. I hate it so much. When people say use.
Instead of you. Yeah.
Use guys. Thanks, use guys. Drives me insane. And it's even worse when I see it in print. When they've written it down. I'm like, I can't even, like, it's getting caught in my throat. I can't even say it. It drives me insane. Why? And then thank you, Cindy, because apparently it is a word. It is in a dictionary.
Really?
Youse. I don't know what dictionary. I'm going to ask her because I think she's full of it.
Yeah.
But that, to me, it just...
Use.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
shut up. I can't do it. It drives me insane. And thank you to those who agree with me, who are giving me support here. A few more texts came in. Christine Stewart, our friend back in Havelock, she said when she heard us talking about it this morning, it triggered her because her son came home with an invitation one day from school that said, I hope yous all can come. I'm like, are you kidding me?
From a school.
Oh my gosh. I can't even.
If you put something
Drives me
under the
crazy.
patty on a hamburger, I'm annoyed, but I'm not that annoyed.
I know, and that's what I mean when you said odd pet peeves. I don't know if it is odd. It
Yeah.
certainly triggers.
Boy.
And I get angry. And people who know me well know that. And yes, they try to push my buttons. But they've seen this reaction before.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God. It does. It just drives me crazy.
Do the
you
boys try it on you?
No.
No, okay.
No, they know better.
Yeah. Like there's some things.
I have caught them say it. Wayne will try to push my buttons by doing it.
Yeah.
But I have heard them once or twice say it, and I'm on them. I'm like, nope,
Yeah, no.
we're not going to say that. That's not proper use
Yeah.
of that word. You don't need to add an S or a Z to the end of you. It's not right.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy.
I know it does. So it's so good. Toilet rolls came up on our text. People had that in
Yep.
there. What were some of the other ones that came in then?
All money needs to be face up in a stack of bills.
Yeah.
Spots on a stainless steel sink. White socks going to bed. White socks and going to bed with socks on. So do white socks bother them?
So they
maybe.
just don't like white socks.
Maybe. Passengers in a car with their feet on the dash. Oh, that's okay. People carrying their dogs around instead of letting them walk.
Sure.
That drives Jillian crazy. People who don't use their signals. Labels have to be face out.
Toddler walkers. That was funny.
There was one, yeah, and I don't know. It's not necessarily a pet peeve. I just feel bad for the kid.
Yeah.
But people who walk at their regular stride while holding the hand of a toddler,
Yeah.
whose legs clearly are much smaller than
So
yours,
they're
you
just
should slow
getting
down a little
dragged.
bit. Exactly. Mums pushing shopping cart with kids in it and texting. Yeah, that bugs me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to be texting at that point. Here's one. People who pronounce Toyota.
Oh, yes.
That's very specific. That's like the use.
Yeah.
Because you have to be listening and you would hear that. If someone said that by accident or that's just
Yeah.
how they say it, it'd be like
Yeah.
nails on it. I feel for you. It's like
Toyota.
because it would just jump right out at you when you
Right.
heard it.
If you're aware of that. yeah.
Exactly.
Some people wouldn't hear it.
No, it would
Yeah.
just pass right over them.
Has that ever
But-
happened to you where somebody has mispronounced something and you've said, no, it's pronounced, and they say, yeah, that's what I said?
Yes,
Like they
I'm
say
trying
it
to
one
think.
way,
Yep.
you say it one way, but they believe that in their head.
They're saying it the right way.
No, they're saying it exactly the way you said it. They don't see the difference between
the
what
right
you
way.
said and what they said. Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, like this. And then they say it, and it's like, no.
Okay, and it comes from my grandmother, because my grandmother did it, and I find my mom does it now. Coburg, she's going to kill me for saying this. The way she says Coburg, and, what's the other one? It's not sandwich, but it's something like that.
Yeah, sandwich. Yeah.
It's like a letter gets dropped.
No D in sandwich?
Yeah. And with Coburg, she says it so quickly, it's like, I can't even do it. It's like Coburg. It's
Coburg.
And I'll repeat it back to her. I'm like, Coburg? Yeah, Coburg. No, that's not what you're saying. Yes, it is. I don't, like, and she's gotten angry at me.
Right, yeah.
Because I've said, you're not, Mom, it's not.
Yeah.
And maybe it probably really ticked her off, because when you get into radio, you do classes to enunciate words properly.
Correct.
Like, they really want you to
Sure.
make the noises.
Like, if we don't do it as broadcasters,
Yes.
how can we expect? Like,
exactly.
Right, yeah.
So you do pronounce words differently and make those sounds on certain letters that maybe not everybody does. And I think it might have stemmed from that. I got a little nitpicky for a little while listening to words.
Well, in our area up north, I've taken the G out of Bancroft. It's Bancroft.
Bancroft?
It's not Bancroft, but that's what people say. Oh, yeah, up in Bancroft.
Campbellford is a big one.
Campbellford.
The P still is silent, but if you speak to someone from Campbellford, that's how it is, Campbellford.
Yeah.
Instead of Campbellford.
Yeah.
And I had to get over that. That was a big one for me when I started college. Hillary was on me. Hillary, one of the instructors, she was on me all the time. Campbellford.
Yeah. Dick Buchanan owned the radio stations in Brantford. And I lived in
Brantford.
Yeah, I lived in Brantford. Kath and I got married there, and I was working in Tillsonburg, starting out my career, and I landed a few shifts part-time there. And afterwards, when I went to Stratford, I got a call from Dick, who has gone to his eternal reward. He was a station owner there. And he had a job open, wanted to know if I'd be interested. My name came up. Mm-hmm. And I said, no, I'm already working full-time. I said, oh, okay, well, would you be interested in making the move back? And I said, no, I'm really good here. But he was a stickler. It is pronounced Brantford. There's a T, and there's not F-E-R-D, it's O-R-D.
Yeah.
And that was difficult for us announcers because it was almost too overpronounced.
Absolutely.
You know, the people who live there call it Brantford, and that's acceptable. No, but again, we're the broadcasters, so it has to be better. So, but I was in Stratford, and it was called Stratford. It wasn't Stratford.
No.
So, but again, it's just that different way of looking at it.
But in those instances, when those words are spoken, pumpkin is another one.
Pumpkin.
I caught Ben saying pumpkin. I can't even do
Without
it.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's pumpkin.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Nope.
Yeah,
you
no.
didn't. That's not what you said. Pump. And he would repeat it back. I'm like, okay, pumpkin. No, you didn't say this. Like, I can hear it. And it
He's
did.
4 years old and you're just drilling him on it.
It's older than that now. But I didn't want, but yeah, like you do hear things. And when you hear it, you can't unhear it. So then it jumps out at you for sure.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for all of those pet peeves on Facebook this morning. Feel free to keep adding.
And don't say use, for the love of God. Unless you're talking about sheep.
Right, more than one.
Yes, female sheep. Then you can use the word use.
Then you can use
my grandmother used to have a magnet on her fridge, which I always thought was cute. Use not fat, use just fluffy.
Oh!
Like, that's so true.
Good.
So true.
Thank you for that one.
Yeah.
Also going on this weekend, Sterling has a very special kickoff for the holiday season. And if a community deserves it, after everything their downtown has had to go through with construction this past calendar year.
And it's still not done.
It is Sterling.
Yeah,
Get
they're
out
having
there and support them.
Their annual holiday market in the village. And it goes from 4 to 8 at the covered bridge. And then their stores will be open downtown this evening. So an opportunity for you to get started on your holiday shopping, because we're into November, folks. Saw my first set of Christmas lights this morning.
Yeah, that's amazing.
As I'm driving into work.
All night.
This house does decorate for the holidays, every holiday, every season. So I wasn't surprised. Well, I shouldn't say that. I was a little surprised. It's the 3rd day of November, and I love Christmas. You know that. Yep. I am all for getting the decorations out. But I was surprised that they were on. First one.
And because of where you live, do you think they left them on for you because they know you drive by at 4:15 in the morning?
That's a nice thought. No, I don't think they did.
Okay, I think they did.
But
I think we'll find out.
I've said this to you. It is nice during the holidays when people do leave their lights on all night. It is kind of nice coming into work and seeing it. I do like it on my street.
Yeah. I do like it.
It's nice.
It's a nice little reminder.
Yeah.
Also, the Trent Memorial Hospital Foundation, if you're going to the gala, you are in a select group because it is sold out.
Yep.
Saturday night at Heroes Landing. Paul Ferguson at the radio station here is going to be the MC. But don't forget about the auction online that will raise tens of thousands of dollars. That continues until Sunday.
And the raffle that's going on too, the Spuds or Duds that you can enter to
Studs
win.
or Duds?
Studs. What did I Spuds?
Yeah. You're not getting potatoes. No, you're getting diamonds.
Studs. Diamond studs. Yes, studs or Duds.
Not Spuds.
Speaking of mispronouncing, beautiful pair of earrings though from Steve Marshman or Milk Duds. But even you, like you said, that's
win-win. I love that. Yeah.
Either or, it's great.
I'm closer to a spud than a stud, by the way. Just so you know. And it's the kickoff of Operation Red Nose. Now, the actual drives don't begin until the end of the month, but the nice little introduction kickoff is going on this weekend. And I believe an official from Ontario's Operation Red Nose is going to be there on Sunday.
Is it? Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll find out because you and I are the honorary chairs this year.
Isn't that great? Yeah, I think that's great.
So, unfortunately, you won't be there, but I'll be there to accept your red nose for you.
Thank you.
And we'll get some pictures taken.
Hold it off to the side.
And like you're there?
Yeah, and
so
then
I'll hold it up.
Superimpose. Yes.
Hold it up in the air.
Yes.
And but yes, Rick Watt and his team and all the volunteers, looking forward to being a part of that. I believe, I have memories of going out years ago as part of this. Have you ever gone out with them or volunteered with them?
No. I'm happy to promote it on air, and I will this year as part of that. But I just find by the time I get to Friday, I'm exhausted.
Well, no, this was way before I did mornings.
Oh, okay.
This was like early on.
Oh, my God.
So excited to learn more about it. And because it's a free service, but it does raise money locally for different organizations. So it's great getting people safely home over the holidays.
And what they do is they bring your vehicle. We show up with groups of 3.
You and your car,
Yeah, so then 2 people, one person drives your car and you stay in the other group with a navigator. So you've got 2 drivers and a navigator. And as long as the trip begins or ends in Belleville, Trenton,
they'll get you home.
It's free. And if you want to drop $20 or $40, whatever you might have paid for a cab as a donation, strict. No, if you think, I can't use it because I can't pay or I can't even leave a tip, don't worry. We want you home safely.
And the fact that they get your car home, that I think was a big thing. People don't want to leave their vehicles. They want to, and this looks after that. They'll get you all home safe and sound.
Right.
And then you're done.
And they're keeping everybody safe over the holiday season. So that's great. So, and we're happy to be the honorary chairs for that.
Excited.
And so we'll be promoting that, and more about that's going to be going on. And one final thought, of course, is the microwave clock has to go back. Everything else seems to be okay this weekend.
Yeah, I was saying that during the middays, too, about how don't forget to change your clocks back. But then I got thinking, how many do you actually have to change anymore?
Right.
Like I have my wristwatch, which I will have to wind back.
Go. That clock
the
on
microwave
the wall
clock.
Here in the
yes,
booth.
The wall clocks, the ones that still run on batteries. Will have to change. But everything else, like my alarm clock automatically does it.
Not mine.
My phone automatically does it.
Yep.
I still have to change the one in the car, and I think I have it figured out.
Think you can do that?
I think I finally did it this spring. Because last year I left it.
Yeah, so because it's only 4 months to March, right? Like the beginning of March is when it changes back.
So if you just wait.
Middle of March?
You wait it out. It'll go back to the right time.
Exactly. It's around March break. So it's only 4.5 months at worst. And after a while, you just look. If it says 3 o'clock, it's only 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
No, it's 2 o'clock. Oh, I've lost track. It's 2 o'clock.
Crap.
Yeah.
I'm either late or I'm going to be really early.
Yeah.
So, oh well, 50-50.
And if you use a sundial, you move it 1 house to the left. That's what you do in
also,
order to...
a good opportunity to change batteries. Again, if you have any smoke detectors that still take batteries, if they're not hardwired in, do that this weekend for your smoke detectors and carbon monoxide. And the hunters head off into the woods this weekend.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy the first week of deer hunting.
Dad's going up there. When we would do Wall of Hits, it was so funny because it was always this Sunday.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was either just women, and any guys there were in camouflage. You couldn't see them. And because they were literally there to see if they won, and then gone.
Yep.
You know, because they could get up to the hunter camp by 6 o'clock, because we were usually down around 2. So it's like, well, I'm gone, out of there, kissing their wives goodbye, looking like they're not having any deodorant ever.
Yeah, deer.
See you when I see you, deer.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff going on this weekend in the Quinte region. As always, you can stay online, get all the details at InQuinte.ca. It's the Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. Enjoy your weekend. Beat the Bank is back on Monday. And congrats to everybody who won Jonas Brothers tickets this week. And if you haven't heard the new Beatles song, do that.
Yes.
That is a pop culture moment for you to enjoy. With the Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast, enjoy your weekend.